Abigail is the newest horror movie that I just saw this Sunday. I actually intended to get this review out yesterday, but I was so tired and I didn't get to it. So that's why I did it today. And I know I'm falling behind on my reviews. This is technically, I'm behind on doing Abigail as a review, but I've had a lot going on and I've been trying to be playing catch up here with my movie reviews, and I haven't been getting them out in a timely fashion. But after doing this one, I should be all caught up, and everything should go back to the way it was, unless something else big comes out. So let's get right into this review on Abigail. Usually, I would give a premise about the movie to not give any spoilers, but let's explain this movie in a different way. The thing with Abigail is that this movie was already made. I'm referring to the movie Ready or Not. The only difference is, well, two differences. I'm excluding the difference that Abigail is a vampire. The big difference is that the characters' roles in this movie are flipped. In the movie Ready or Not, this woman marries into this aristocratic family only to later find out that whenever somebody marries in, they have a tradition to play a game like hide and seek, and she has to survive the night against this crazy family because this hide and seek game is deadly. So it's basically her up against the entire family. Whereas in Abigail's case, these people kidnap this little girl only to later find out she's a vampire, and these people have to survive the night against her because she's stronger than them. And of course, she's also a vampire and she's going to kill them. But so basically, the movies are essentially the same. It's just like everything is just flipped over. It's in reverse. So that was pretty much the same movie. A question that I've heard a lot is, how would this movie have done if they didn't say in the trailer that this little girl was a vampire? And I mean, usually with horror flicks, you try to keep that mystery out of what's coming after the cast and, give people that more horrific, scary feeling. So, I mean, it's interesting to know how it would have done if they didn't pitch that fact in the trailer. Though I feel the caveat is that if they didn't pitch that fact, it probably wouldn't have done as well, because that was really the niche right there. That these people have done something, and what they've done has landed them in a situation that's more than they can handle. So the movie probably wouldn't have sold as well or has been doing as well as it has if they didn't pitch that fact in the trailer. We already know the story to this movie. I've mentioned it. It's pretty much Ready or Not, just flipped over. But I think what really sells this movie, what really makes it good, is the characters themselves. I mean, this ensemble cast, each character brought a different characteristic to this film, and the synergy that they have with each other just works so well. I mean, you have your lovable idiots, you have your teen girl, you have the big asshole, you have the girl who wants to be a mom, and then of course you have the vampire. I mean, with the way they all work together, against this vampire, they kind of just come together, and the synergy they bring to it is not something you see often in movies. Usually you see this kind of synergy in maybe one or two characters and they cooperate and everybody else is pretty much pushed to the sidelines. But this one, everyone shined in their own way. Though honestly, if any two characters shined more than other members of the ensemble, it would have to be Melissa Barrera and Dan Stevens. I mean, yes, every character kind of shined in their own way, but these two, they were the real stars of this movie. They were the big stars. I mean, they were at each other's throats almost the whole time. They were complete opposites, their characters. One was like, oh, I don't care what's going on or what I have to do, I need this money. The other one's like, oh, I didn't know this was happening, I want no part of this. They were constantly clashing with each other, and their synergy of cooperation was like at wit's end with trying to get the whole group working together, because they were obviously the two leaders here, but when they were clashing, it's like they just didn't want to get along at all. So and it worked really well together. So they did really well. They are definitely the two stars, and both of them did great in their performance. Oh, and also Aisha she was incredible. The little girl who played Abigail, she did great, and it was awesome how she did her ballet and everything while she was, fighting these people and trying to kill them. I haven't seen a a child actress do this well since the days I saw Orphan, the little girl who played Esther at that time. I mean, both of them kind of similar in a way. They were both little kids. Well, Aisha Moore still is a little kid, but the girl who was playing Esther was a little kid at the time. And they both have to play a character that's actually much older than they actually are. So, I mean, props to both of them for that. And, I mean, props to her especially because she kind of gave it more of a performance, kind of like a stage play. But then again, she is a theater. A lot of her performances do come from theater, so she did well to incorporate this in this movie. The only flaw I say that this movie had, though some people may nitpick at me for this, is the ending. Now, I'm not saying the ending was really bad. I mean, it wasn't amazing or excellent either. It was okay. I just feel like with how good the momentum the movie was going and the way it ended, it kind of missed in some way. I mean, you got these people locked in this house with this killer vampire girl, and that was pretty much the whole story that was being pitched there throughout the whole movie. And then later, when it gets close to the ending, things kind of take a different turn. I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to go into spoilers. I mean, the ending was a surprise. I always love surprises because I like movies that are going to catch me off guard. That shows that the story is very interesting and I'm really into it. But it's just the way it ended. It just feels like there was a little bit of an opportunity there that was kind of missed. And I mean, it was okay, but I just feel like the movie could have ended much differently and could have ended better. That's all I'm trying to say. Other than the ending being a little bit of a miss, overall, the movie was still incredible. I'm giving Abigail an A-. Strike another win for the horror genre. I don't know what's going on with the horror genre right now, but they need to keep it up. I mean, what is going on in 2024 for horror? Honestly, with horror doing so well, it makes me excited to see Tarot next month, though I don't want to get too excited because if it's a letdown, then I get excited for nothing. But that's a whole nother video altogether. If you guys have seen Abigail, please comment here down below what your thoughts were on it. Also, if you like my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time, and remember, stay epic!